Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure accessory review. Today, we're going to be looking at a cloth, soft goods, 1/12 scale, custom cape. This is intended for McFarlane DC Multiverse Affleck Batman, Batfleck from Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice. This was sent to me by my boy, Mr. Shallow Sun from Instagram. If any of you guys are interested in getting a cape like this, I'll have proper contact info in the description below. He messed around on Instagram and Facebook. So I posted my Batfleck video, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago. And I got a message from this guy on Instagram. He said he liked my video and wanted to make me a cloth soft goods cape for my Batfleck. And I thought to myself, hell yeah, that sounds awesome. But I typically like to keep my McFarlane figures stock condition. If I customize one, I like to get another one to do that with. So I went to Target to get a Batfleck, and of course, they didn't have any, but I haven't punched in the number, and they tell me which one did. So I went to another Target, got the Batfleck, came home in preparation, and the cape arrived today. So here's the cape in front of you. Came in a little envelope just like this. On the outside, it's kind of a leathery, sort of pleather type material, which is fantastic. It has a large bendy wire. First thing I wanted to do was outstretch the cape in its entirety. Completely stretched out, it looks about like this. Has sort of a cloth type material on the inside. You can see a little fold down the middle. And it's got this large bendy wire across. Can almost make the bat symbol when you completely outstretch it. It has a little hole here that you'll be able to insert the head into. So far, I'm very impressed, very pleased. It looks good, it flows good, it's kind of heavy so it drapes down. It's going to be able to take some poses with the wire. And considering we just got an awesome wired cloth cape with the platinum Hong Kong Skydive Batman from Dark Knight, it'll be awesome to have a Batfleck with a comparable cape. So here's the Batfleck figure that I just got from Target. It has a cloth soft goods cape, but it's a lot smaller than this one and it doesn't have the bendy wire. It looks good for what it is, but this custom cape should be a lot better. It actually outstretches a lot farther than I remember. Pretty cool, but it's the cloth material, very thin. The other one has a sort of leathery exterior and, of course, the bendy wire. And also, like I said, this is my second Affleck Batman figure. I'm going to keep the left one as is, and then the right one, I'm going to put the cape on. And I actually have 3 Batfleck figures if you count the one that I still have sealed in the package. So now I'm back to my Batfleck figure that's awaiting this cloth cape. He has his own cloth soft goods cape. The first thing I'm going to do is rip that thing off. And then I'm going to have to remove his head. I don't know if I can remove this plastic piece here. I'm pretty sure I can't. It would be ideal to get the cape under there. I don't know. We'll just have to see. So taking off his cape was really easy. Just rip that thing right off. Now his existing cape was connected under this plastic thing here too. You can easily just sort of pop the cape on, but in order for it to look really, really good, it'd be nice to seat it under this thing. I'm not sure if I can get that off or not. The head, no problem, but that thing, don't think that's a possibility. Let's find out. And so there you have it. Cloth cape is fully installed. Now this is a lot more complicated than I anticipated. You think doing a cape swap, rip the old one off, put the new one on, bam, you're done. But you also want to make it look good. So, pop off the head, but that really didn't help. It just sort of got the head out of the way. The main part was the bottom of the cowl here. It's made of a hard plastic, but if you heat it up, it becomes soft. Now, McFarlane has sort of glued it down to attach it to the piece below. Not only is it glued at the front here, but on the inside around the neck, it's sort of glued on there as well. And I could have ripped it all off. I didn't really want to do that. So I heated it up, ended up putting the cape down on the guy, lifted all the different parts up, and I had to sort of rip through here because it was attached to the bottom. Slid the wire in, slid it back behind, got it kind of how I wanted to, and I could have done a better job. I glued it maybe a little bit prematurely, didn't quite have it set the way I wanted to, but this is kind of my first attempt doing this. So once I shoved it back in here, I pushed that down as hard as I could, put a little super glue down in there, or rather a lot, held it down for 10 minutes or so. Then I put the guy on the table, waited at least an hour to let that glue settle in and dry. And then we have the cape. It was a lot more sort of flush here, but it's a wire. You can sort of make it however you want. And Batfleck's cape typically kind of drapes further back. It doesn't really cover up the front. I'm sure it can. This wire gives me a lot of different display options. And to tell you the truth, I think it came out really, really good. This part here looks pretty flush, pretty straight. The wire coming out, you can push it back. You could have it down forward, whatever you want. It drapes down. It's kind of heavy. It can be big. You can see the wire is just a tiny bit longer than him, but Honestly, the bigger the better as far as these cloth capes go. So as a whole, I think it came out very good. The back here, you can see it's very flush with the cowl. The cowl itself, on the side parts, I don't have that glued down at all, but man, it's very, very flush. I'd say almost more so than the regular release at this point. What do you guys think? I think it came out pretty freaking nice. Here he is, next to the original McFarlane release of Batfleck. Now I can see his shoulders are a little bit more exposed. That's where I probably could have done a better job pushing it back further. I think that's how it's supposed to be, kind of flush with here, and that makes the cape start going back. But this cape just feels sad and pathetic at this point. I mean, it's nice for what it is, but man, that's a cape. So we can have the cape sort of pushed back, exposing his shoulders. You can do it more, and then you could do it quite a bit less. You can have this thing sort of flush like so. I actually think that looks very good as well, but not quite as accurate to the Batfleck design. Now, the cape is a bendy wire that goes all the way across, as I showed earlier. Now, if I wanted to extend the cape and stretch it out, this is how much it can go fully extended. And the wire is pretty much strong enough to just hold the cape up. That looks pretty good. And for the back side, that looks pretty freaking good as well. We have a gliding cape for the Batfleck Batman figure. Here's the cape, fully extended from the front side. And then here it is, fully extended from the back side. It looks great. And then, dropping it back down to the bottom. Next, I'd like to show a couple of action poses with this cape. And then I'll show you some of my action poses with the regular Batfleck from my original video. Here's Batfleck, standing in the Batcave. Cape draped at his sides, flows very nicely. Here's Batman in the city streets, cape fluttering behind him. Here's Batman on a rooftop, surrounded by gargoyles, about to glide around the city. And here's a look at Batman in the Batcave. He's got the Batmobile behind him. Fantastic. Here's a look at Batman on our gargoyle next to a rooftop in Gotham, overlooking and protecting the city. Here's a look at this Batman in the Batcave, with the Mattel DC Multiverse Justice League Batmobile behind him. And here he is, with Mattel's Ultimate Radio-Controlled Justice League Batmobile behind him. And if you want to know which one of those two Batmobiles he fits into the Mattel DC Multiverse version. This is the smaller one. I think it looks better. It was cheaper at the time. I could not get him to fit in the other one. Spent about 5 minutes trying, fiddling with his legs. Just couldn't get him to go down the middle properly. But this one, open it up, he fits in there with complete clearance. Absolutely no problem. McFarlane DC Multiverse Batlfeck with his Batmobile. Alfred's in the laboratory in the Batcave, working on his armored suit for the final fight. Here's a look at the scene where Batman first encounters Superman. Batmobile crashed into Superman. The expression on Batman's face is priceless. Hits Superman like a brick wall. Superman rips the top of the canopy, says to Batman, "Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy." And Batman replies, "Tell me, do you bleed?" Superman looks at him in disgust and flies away. And Batman says, "You will." A closer look at Batman and Superman. Batman with no power stands right up and faces Superman. Definitely got some balls in this universe. Right after Wonder Woman saves Batman's life, she drops down to help them fight Doomsday. Insert Wonder Woman theme song. Superman looks at Batman and says, "Is she with you?" Batman says, "I thought she was with you." And they proceed together to take on Doomsday. Now I wanted to check out the McFarlane Batfleck. Next to some Batfleck figures from different various companies. Here's the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman vs Superman Ben Affleck. Next to the Justice League Tactical Suit Ben Affleck. They scale up pretty much the exact same size. Looking at the two of them, maybe the Batman vs Superman is just a hair shorter. You can see where their shoulders line up, but the head sits a little bit higher up, making them about the same height. And here he is, next to Batfleck from the Flash movie. Here are all the different McFarlane DC Multiverse Batfleck figures they've made. One's from the Flash, one's from Batman vs Superman, and 4 of them are from Justice League. Rumor is they're going to be doing a Nightmare Batman and an Armored Batman in the near future. Fingers crossed. I'd also love Justice League Batman in his regular suit. And here he is, next to the DC Direct movie Armored Ben Affleck Batman. They only made 2 figures in this line, Superman and the Armored Batman. There was a ton of other stuff shown to us, and it was all canceled. It's a shame. It all looked really good. And even though this armored Batman is bigger than this McFarlane Batman, I'd say they scale perfect next to each other, as the armor is definitely going to add some size to Ben Affleck. And here he is, next to Mezco's 112 Collective Batman vs Superman Ben Affleck Batman. They recently released a Justice League Batfleck that has a similar suit. Here are all the different Mezco Batfleck figures that they've made, 3 of which are from Batman vs Superman, 2 of which are from Justice League. Here's the McFarlane Batman vs Superman Batfleck, next to Mattel's DC Multiverse version. Now this thing came out back in like 2016, maybe even 2015. Retailed $19.99, and then we have McFarlane's 2024 retailing at $22.99. That's sort of the natural progression with inflation, etc., etc. They're basically the same price point figure. Which one do you think is better? Sometimes I still see comments out there saying, hope McFarlane loses license, hope Mattel gets license back, want DC Universe Classics back. I love my DC Universe Classics. But man, look at this. If you think Mattel did a better job, you are fucking kidding yourselves. Just look in front of you right now. This is one of many examples. And in case I didn't get my point across, just look in front of you. Which one's better, McFarlane or Mattel? I think we're in much better hands nowadays. Mattel made a bunch of different versions of the Batman vs Superman Batman, from both Batman vs Superman and Justice League. Some with cloth cape, some with plastic cape, some with mask on, some with mask off, some with darker gray, some with lighter gray, blah 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 blah. But they're all pretty similar quality. And I like them for what they are, but they have been far surpassed by this one. Far surpassed. Here he is, next to the Mafex Batman vs Superman Batfleck. And that figure was far surpassed by Mafex's Justice League Batman, but that's a different suit altogether. Here are all the different Batfleck figures that Mafex has made so far. The 2 from Justice League are exquisite, outstanding. They are doing an updated version of the Nightmare Batman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'm sure that will be fantastic as well. Then, next to the SH Figure Arts Batfleck figure, technically this one is from Justice League, but it's the only Batfleck SH Figure Arts has made. And here he is, next to a couple of Mattel 6-inch basic Batfleck figures. Frankly, these ones suck, but they're quite affordable at $9.99. Here are all the different Batfleck figures in his more or less regular suit from different companies, in order from largest to smallest. McFarlane, Mezco, Mattel DC Multiverse, Mafex, SH Figure Arts, and Mattel Basic. So overall, I really like this cloth soft goods cape. It really adds some personality, and really enhances the Batfleck figure to the next level. If only I can make him a little bigger too, and I have some ideas how to do that, but I really like him the way he is. Huge shout out to my boy, Mr. Shallow's Son from Instagram. I will put his contact info in the comments below. You can message him on Instagram. I'm sure he can explain to you how to get these capes, and I don't imagine they cost that much. I actually don't know how much they cost, but it really does elevate the figure. This guy looks fantastic with this thing. He kind of matches up to the Dark Knight Trilogy cloth wired cape by McFarlane, the Platinum Edition, which is also fantastic, by the way. The toy community can be so cool. This guy just messaged me out of the blue, said he really liked my Batfleck videos, they really appreciate my reviews, and wants to reward me and thank me with a cloth soft goods cape. And I thought to myself, hell yeah, that's awesome. So there you have it. Check out his Instagram, see what's up. He also does Facebook on the McFarlane Toy Group, and I'll post that info as well. So what do you guys think about the cloth soft goods cape? I don't think anybody will say McFarlane stock cape looks better than this one. This one looks fantastic. Like I said, just really elevates the figure. It's long. You can glide. You can have him in different poses. Cape swaying in the wind. Cape draped over the front. He just looks really cool. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews and action figure accessory reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.